all about. By targeting some of the body's pressure points, you could bring a grown man to his knees, and not in a way that he'll enjoy.
Watch, when I do this elbow strike, okay, I give a little bit of a twist on my hips, so it's like whap. You can see it's like a jerk to it. Okay, that's releasing that energy. It all comes up from the leg. So from that, whap. Back.
Ninjitsu is a style of the ninja, if you want to call it that, from the movies. And it's been around for a good 2,500 years. It's very old, ancient techniques. It was developed by monks many thousand years ago for self-defense, self-preservation, understanding the body, the environment, things like that.
So in front, okay, we're going to come in and strike, lung 5, alright?
What's important for us in Koga is the 4 values, which is integrity, honesty, discipline, and self-discipline. Integrity, it means that we've got a constitution. The management of Koga is held against that constitution, as well as the students and the members. We also want to be honest with each other, totally open. Discipline in the dojo is very important, because if I ask someone to stop, they must stop immediately, because they might just be about to break someone's arm, and I need to be able to stop that. So discipline is very important. So when I say yame, which means stop, they stop immediately.
Yame is one thing, guys. Just make sure you're positioning.
Self-discipline is to say, when you get home, you've got to do your own thing. You've got to continue at home with ninjutsu training. You can't do everything in class. So self-discipline is about going home and doing it yourself as well.
Stepping through, it's in here, step it in here, step it in here, step back, step it in.
Taijutsu is body movement, and Kyushu Jutsu is pressure point fighting.
Slow down, Jimmy.
Striking pressure points, striking the body, moving the body, and taking a person down. The pressure points actually comes from traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. And what happened about 1,000, 2,000 years ago, they found out points on the body that affect certain organs in the body. So you'll have meridians, basically 8 bilateral meridians. So you have lung, heart, small intestine, large intestine, things like that. And in traditional Chinese medicine, they use those pressure points to heal. In ninjutsu, we use those pressure points in healing as well, but also in terms of invoking a very specific response out of your opponent, thereby flowing into a different technique or something.
Use the inside, and as I come to inside, left outer form deflection, lung 5 with the shooter. Back fist, temple, okay, then we target level 14, boom, step through, knee, now go.
We have to teach people about their bodies, awareness around them, intuition, insight. That's what we're basically about, helping people achieve that.
It's not so much physical control, but you also get like an emotional control. It teaches you a lot about yourself and what your body can do. And, you know, there's always reasons for the techniques. It's not like scientific or anything like that.
Strike, up. Grab his hand, spin through, down.
In martial arts environments, you've got hard and soft styles. The hard styles tend to be like the karate, the muay thais, the kickboxing, very hard. Then you've got the softer styles, which is something like Tai Chi, Aikido. I would say ninjutsu is in between. Quite hard, but achievable. Women can do it without having to become big, bulky, built-up people. Very good for women for self-defense, very good for women for basically learning awareness about themselves and being able to apply themselves in many situations.
Okay, so you set him up, you can see there's a nice flow to it.
I use more of the principle of avoiding getting into a deeper situation. So what we also learn is to rather avoid a situation than get into one.
Well, self-defense is something that can be taught to someone in 2 or 3 hours. You can show them 1 or 2 techniques and they can work out there and probably take care of themselves in about 50 to 60% of the situations they ever get into. We're a bit more. We can do the self-defense, and we do that. But we'd like to have the discipline, the commitment from people to take a longer-term approach to it and actually learn some real core, fundamental intuition, gut feel about defending themselves.
By hitting level 14 and dropping him down, I'm setting up for a sternum strike with the knee, then I'm setting up ladder 15, which is the paralyzing point.
I took on my brother, who's never done any martial arts. He's bigger than me, and I managed to take him down, and he goes, "Oh, you've actually learned something."
In order to make the commitment, it takes time. You have to put in the time. And women traditionally have more roles to play at home. So whereas the men, it's much easier to do that. Secondly, the men tend to have a bit of, I wouldn't say fighting spirit, but they tend to be built that way to fight. Whereas women are actually built that way to nurture. So it's actually a bit of a mind switch. Although I must say, when the women actually get switched on and actually do it, they actually hit the guys.
You start getting that adrenaline and then you're just like, oh, bring it on.
Okay.